Hey, it's Soul, featuring some World of Warcraft add-ons to share with you. Almost every day, new add-ons pop up from the community, and I've made it my mission to give them a bit of a bump, so be sure to subscribe to this channel for these and other videos. Let's get right into it with Torghast Tour Guide, an enhancement to help you navigate the Tower of the Damned with some very useful features. First off, it shows a bit more on the front-facing UI. You can now see if you have any of those ravenous or plundered cells that you haven't used, as well as those potions that give you extra lives. The real meat though comes from this tiny button here that opens up an in-game adventure guide style UI. The first tab shows you the account-wide buffs that you've unlocked from the Maw. The second is a full list of what the Ravenous Anima Cell gives you when you use it on a particular mob, ensuring that you make the best use of this very expensive item. The last tab features all of the boss encounters in Torghast. The UI here it's a little bit wonky because you need to select a boss and then click on the new ability tab that appears just below it, but it's not that big of a deal. Here you can see the full list of boss abilities and some tips and tricks written from the author. What would be nice to have in the future would be adding all of the different rares to this journal as well, along with the anima powers that they have, but all in all, this is a really strong add-on for surviving Torghast. Next we have True Stat Values, a very simple add-on that enhances your tooltips whenever you mouse over secondaries over on your character sheet. As you might know, there are these new diminishing return thresholds in Shadowlands, and this add-on helps you easily identify these. We're a bit too early in the expansion to see very many diminishing returns for anyone but the very stat-minded players, but for those who are less into simming but still want to at least, make sure that their stats aren't being wasted, this add-on lets you monitor it at a glance. Minimap Button Bag was a very popular add-on that unfortunately lost support a while back, but it still happens to work. However, I'm happy to inform you that someone's picked it back up, so a big thanks from all of us. For anyone new, Minimap Button Bag will take all of your minimap buttons and condense it all into one little icon-looking thing. You can of course drag buttons back out because you might need those in a pinch, but MBB will otherwise keep them safe and snug. Anima Shortage helps to easily show you how much anima you have, not just on your reservoir but also on your person. Mousing over anima in your bags will display the total value of the anima that you have in that stack. More useful though, mousing over your reservoir anima count will show you just how much anima you have in your bags, aka how much you just haven't deposited yet. It's very simple and informative, it just reminds you to do that little bit of roleplay, press that deposit button, and clean them bags. Soul, I know, my bags are just totally offensive. Soulbind Cache Opener is the sort of successor to New Openables. It was a very useful add-on from the Legion and BFA days that simply showed you that you've got stuff to open up. It's not as feature-rich as New Openables was. It doesn't let you blacklist or otherwise ignore boxes to open for later, but for those of us who just want an easy reminder to open the thing, well, this add-on will do the job. Featured on Reddit, and Kalani, and Bellular, and then Wowhead, and then finally here, X-Practice is the expansion of the original Xanish Practice add-on from Battle for Azeroth. X-Practice creates a virtual environment for you to test out two raid mechanics from Castle Nathria, which is Phase 2 of Shriekwing that has you dodging those discs while line of sighting the boss, as well as the Sins and Suffering mechanic from Lady Enerva Darkvein. This add-on isn't perfect, but it's really cool because it gives people the very basics on how to handle these mechanics without the stress of having to deal with all the other things in these encounters, let alone failing, let alone the shame of said failure. All you have to do is type /XP in the chat box to get started. From there, choose your encounter, adjust the settings to the difficulty that you want, and then get to trying. There's even a stopwatch so you can measure the best or worst time. Now, since this is a virtual environment, the controls aren't exactly perfect, and you don't have access to your movement speed or your class abilities. On the other hand, you can practice this whenever and wherever you want, which gives your struggling raid members very few excuses to at least get used to this and understand how these mechanics work. And finally, we have Auto Summon Favorite Pet. You want to guess what it does? Huh? Well, the add-on description says that it changes pets whenever you zone, as well as dismount or resurrect. But when zoning, it's not... It doesn't just change when you go from zone to zone, it's whenever your location changes here in your minimap. So you're going to be swapping pets much more than advertised, which personally, I don't mind one bit. And that's a wrap. Hope these add-ons were useful, and please remember, we are all here to help each other out. So if there are other add-ons similar to these that you recommend, share them here. Please like the video to help me out, subscribe for more, and we'll see you next time. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.